We're running late. I'm going to have to readjust my schedule because I have a mutt and I have to factor in the fact that sometimes she's a butthead and then I have to get her ready and sometimes she wants to run away from me around the house. So we're gonna have to start getting ready earlier. I want to be in one of your videos. That's my sister Meredith. So there were a few things that happened, there were a few things that happened this week that I wasn't able to get on video. On Mother's Day, we went to this little farm that serves ice cream, and Daisy wasn't paying attention to me or facing forward. Every time I corrected her, she would just go back to looking behind us. And then I looked and I saw the reason why, which is here. He's a good-sized rooster.
What do you think, Daisy? What do you think?
You're so funny. And then, after that, we also met some goats. I don't know who's more confused. It's just like... The part that I didn't get on the video was in between the rooster and the goats. We went to look at some cows, and the cows were staring at us really weird, and I could not figure out why. I'm like, why the hell is that cow staring at us? And then I realized it was because they were staring at Daisy. And I didn't get that on film, but we did get a couple of pictures. These cows acted like they had never seen a dog before, but I am proud of how well Daisy did because a cow is a big animal. I've also had something happen to me that I've heard other service dog handlers talk about, but I hadn't experienced it yet. Someone took Daisy's picture. Someone I didn't know, someone who didn't ask. I was sitting outside of a store at night waiting for my sister to come. This guy drives by, stops, rolls down his window, and he's like, "Aw," and then he's like, "I have to get a picture." And I was just kind of like, I was like frozen. I was like, what the hell's going on? And if I hadn't been so if it had been a different situation, I probably would have said something. Please, 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 if you see a service dog, don't take its picture. No matter how pretty they may be, or what an unusual looking breed they are, or how well behaved they are, please don't take a picture without asking. We went to this restaurant and a worker there was talking about a service dog that came in one time, and it had a stroller and a tray. Daisy's getting into something. What are you doing? So the service dog was a little chihuahua, and they wanted to put it on the counter. The people there said, the restaurant workers said that, "Daisy, I'm trying." So the people who worked in the restaurant were like, "You can't put the dog on the counter." And the lady got all mad and offended. And then she wrote them a negative review on Yelp because they wouldn't let her put her dog on the table. when we stayed at the hotel, there was something wrong with our shower hose. So we had someone come and look at it. So he knocks on the door, and Daisy and her brother Razalon were in the room, and they were both off duty. And both dogs start barking, and they run to the door because that's what dogs do, especially young dogs. I'm trying to train Daisy not to do that, but it's a work in progress. So the man came in and he's like, I thought they were service dogs. And Katrina and I were like, yeah, they are, but they're off duty. When they're off duty, they're just like regular dogs. And Katrina's trying to explain to them, and the man's just like, I don't know. He was like, oh, but I didn't expect them to jump at me like that. Like, they weren't even jumping at him. They just ran to the door. And then I called Daisy over and had her sit down. People don't realize that service dogs are dogs. And when they're not on duty, they're going to act like dogs. Just like if you had a job where you had to answer the phone all day, and you answer the phone all polite and businesslike, and then when you get home, you don't still answer the phone that way. You don't say, oh, hello, this is Emily. Thank you for calling such and such a place. We're happy to help you. What can I do for you today? I'll be like, hey, what's up? What's going on? It's the same type of thing. You don't act the same at work as you do at home. And that goes for dogs too. So those are the highlights of those are some of the highlights from the past couple of weeks. I'm sorry this video was really long, but I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day.